Venom and Spidey may very well meet on the big screen again, but even with as much potential as the clash could have, there are plenty of reasons why Far From Home is far from the right choice for another meeting between the two. Here's a look at the reasons why it probably won't happen. Venom's obviously much darker of a character than Spider-Man. Eddie Brock wouldn't let his symbiote kill cops in Venom, but when it came to crooks, he had a more fluid moral compass. His solo film was PG-13 because the filmmakers left a lot to the audience's imagination, but make no mistake, he ate people. Heroes kill bad guys in Marvel movies, sure. Hawkeye's transformation into Ronin in Avengers Endgame was the darkest we've seen any of their heroes go, but even then, no hero in the MCU eats people. With Disney's acquisition of Fox, there are likely a lot of conversations going on behind the scenes about content. For example, we know Disney is interested in more Deadpool movies and has pledged not to water him down for younger audiences, but it's doubtful he'll be a part of the larger MCU anytime soon. Likewise, it probably will be a bit before Disney gives the thumbs up to superheroes who eat muggers. One of the reasons Spider-Man and Venom's conflict worked in the comics is that Parker and Brock were in somewhat similar situations. They were roughly the same age, they were both journalists working for New York area newspapers, and, largely because of Brock's competitive nature, they were rivals. The movie situation isn't the same. In Venom, Eddie Brock is an established adult investigative journalist. Peter Parker hasn't graduated high school yet. Imagining the MCU's version of Peter fighting alongside someone like Venom is a little tough. In the trailer for Far From Home, he doesn't even want to talk to Nick Fury on the phone. He's intimidated by Fury. So would he really feel comfortable working with an oily pile of black slime that talks like a gargling demon? Unlikely.
On my planet, I am kind of a loser, like you. But here, we could be more.
Spidey and Venom have met on screen before. Topher Grace starred as Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3, and he wasn't alone. His villainous character was joined by the New Goblin and the Sandman. There were so many villains that Venom's eventual appearance had to be held off until the end, where it was rushed and unsatisfying. In Far From Home, we've already got Mysterio and possibly Hydro Man, Molten Man, and the Chameleon. Not to mention all the rumors and theories about secret bad guys. Most of them will be no-shows, but it's still clear there's no room for Venom. Tony Stark has been an obvious replacement for MCU Peter's absent father, and even Adrian Toomes acts like a twisted parental figure in Homecoming. From what we've seen of Far From Home, the filmmakers have seemingly set up Nick Fury and Mysterio as dueling mentor figures too. Fury offers tough love. Since we know Mysterio is a villain in the comics, he will probably be much friendlier to gain Parker's trust. Throwing Venom in the mix would give us one too many surrogate dads. Brock is, like most guys in this movie, older than Parker and has some abilities similar to his. Once they stopped beating each other up, Peter would see him as another role model, and he's already got enough to deal with in that department. As the Far From Home trailer indicates, the MCU we know might just be one small part of a wider multiverse.
Beck is from Earth, just not ours.
If this is true and the MCU is about to open up in a similar way to what we saw in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, then maybe Venom and the upcoming Morbius take place in a kind of parallel world. If Spidey winds up traveling through the multiverse, one of the places he visits could be the world where Venom occasionally rides space shuttles. But there's also an alternate theory that Mysterio is lying about being from another Earth, and the multiverse has nothing to do with what's going on in Far From Home. While Mysterio presents himself as an ally of Spider-Man in the trailers and TV spots, he's one of Spidey's oldest villains, with abilities involving creating illusions to trick people. It's totally conceivable he's not only tricking Spider-Man, but Nick Fury as well. If that's the case, then it would seem to close the door on the theory that Venom might show up because of the multiverse. The Venom movie not only divorced Eddie Brock's story from Peter Parker's, it also established itself as a force all on its own, inspiring record-breaking ticket sales. All those profits helped Venom establish a strong start for its franchise, with advanced ticket sales even outperforming a number of successful MCU movies. Basically, the character has become an entity all his own, independent of Spider-Man.
You're welcome.
No, you're welcome.
Introducing Venom to the crowded MCU now, when he's just starting to make a name for himself, could derail things. His solo franchise would suffer if he's once again seen as merely a Spidey spin-off. Give Tom Hardy another movie or two with his symbiote buddy, and then maybe he'll be ready to co-star with Spider-Man. Eddie Brock learns early in his most recent comic series that his symbiote was on Earth much earlier than he believed, and met a man named Rex who had been merged with the alien during the Vietnam War. Venom met and battled a space god named Null who held dominion over all symbiotes, and learned Null had fought Thor centuries before. Since these revelations, Venom's origin has taken on a more cosmic scope. If Marvel Studios wants to add Venom to its movies, it may want to wait until it gets the opportunity to introduce these newer, grander aspects of his mythology. There's already a lot going on in Far From Home. Noel, the All-Black, and everything else would likely need their own movies separate from Mysterio, Multiverses, and Peter Parker's newest crush. Disney has a deal with Sony, which holds the movie rights to Spider-Man and related characters, for Spider-Man to be in the MCU. That deal doesn't include Venom. For the character to appear in a Marvel Studios movie alongside Spider-Man, Sony would have to agree to allow it. When Marvel and Sony hammered out their current Spider-Man deal, Sony's attempts at rebooting the Spider-Man film franchise had failed. They had a lot of motivation to work with Marvel Studios. That isn't necessarily the case with Venom. In spite of being an utter disaster according to critics,
you are pathologically self-absorbed. Your ego requires constant attention, and you're stubborn as hell.
Venom made mountains of money. And while the character is strongly associated with Spider-Man, he isn't so strongly tied to the rest of the Marvel Universe. Arguably, as far as Sony's interests are concerned, having Venom show up in Far From Home, or any other Marvel Studios film, would serve only to dilute the franchise. So, will we get more Venom? Definitely. Will he be teaming up with Spider-Man? Probably not. At least, not yet.
You gonna eat anybody else?
Most likely.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about Spider-Man and friends are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.